forgot what I was going to say. I don't feel very well. We've got this mystery bug in the house. It had the toddler first. Now it's going through all the other kids and me. And me and one of the kids have got like a dead weird side effect that I won't go into, that we had to go to the doctor about, and the doctor was like, don't know what it is. I was like, lovely. But I feel really weak. But I've been trying to film this for a couple of days now, so I'm just going to film it. If you're new here, my name's Victoria. I am a home educator mum of 5 in the UK. I do videos about home education, random things I want to rant about, charity shop hauls, and sometimes meals a week, depends if I can do it or not. All my large family homeschool, raw, unfiltered, say what I like, vlogs are now on Patreon, and I'll link that below if you're interested. But I am going to try and start. I mean, it means the world when people support me on Patreon for a multitude of reasons. But, you know, times around friends of you. So I'm trying to put more on YouTube. It's just time and everything. So, anyway. If I remember, I'll link it below. If not, it's only a few videos back. Just before the new year, I did like a New Year's homeschool, home education, we're doing for goals for 2024. So I thought, because we're at the beginning of July, 6 months have elapsed. Well, just over 6 months. I could do like a 6 month, half yearly check-in to see if I'm meeting any of them homeschool goals. I wrote it down because I watched the old video, which I hate to do because I hate watching videos myself. So, if you don't watch the original video, you'll still know what I'm talking about. So, the first thing I was on about was clubs. And I said how my 8-year-old was just about to move up from beavers to cubs. And we were going to see how he got on. Well, he's getting on all right. He's there at the minute, actually. I'm going to pick him up in a minute. He's getting on all right. I was trying to find another club for my 13 and 11-year-old because there was at Scouts, and Scouts shut down. The one like around here shut down, and they won't try the one in the town. Because the only other thing they've got, I mean, they've got friends and things, but the only other like clubs they've got, Sunday school and the home ed group. I haven't managed to find them another group so far, because there either is nothing or they don't want to try it. But my 13-year-old's thinking of trying acro and body conditioning at the performing arts school that my daughter does drama at, so we might have another club soon. But my 11-year-old hasn't got very high social needs. And he's got a friend that comes around here every day. So I'm still looking for something for the 11-year-old, but I haven't found anything yet. And the other thing I said in the original video was that I've been horrible at keeping up the home ed group and I wanted to commit to it more. Well, I've managed to do that. I've managed to commit to it more. We've gone to every single one apart from one, I think. And that was due to illness. And we've also met with people from the home ed group when it's not been home ed group. So I have committed to that. Right, and I did the kids in order of age. So my 13-year-old, 14, a couple of months. One of the things I wanted to do was have some adult conversations with him. You know, spend time on his own to talk about, you know what I'm saying, don't you? Well, we managed to do that. Managed to do that. There'll be a few more conversations yet to have. Because unlike school, I don't want to just talk about the mechanics of stuff. I want to talk about emotional responsibility, all the other elements too. I said that he'd been on a youth project, whilst the local youth project, whilst I couldn't get funding for him to have the alternative education there, he'd been on a youth project trip. And I wanted to make sure he went on more because he'd enjoyed it. Well, he hasn't been on more. Wouldn't sign up for any. And I was like, why? Because you enjoyed it. Wouldn't tell me why. We're coming up to summer when they're doing their farm trips. And I said to him, you enjoyed the last farm trip you went on. Shall I sign, when it comes around again, shall I sign you up? No. When I found out why now, It's because on the farm trip, even though he enjoyed it, he did something to one of the latches on the chicken coops and he's worried he's killed other chickens. And I said to him, you won't have killed all the chickens. They'll go around and check them all at night like we do. But he's not going to try it. So, and the other thing was, I didn't know what to do with him regards GCSEs and things like that, because I was having a hard time finding anything. And the 14-16 course that's in the nearest town, I'd answered like 3 different emails, maybe more, and they'd not got back to me. Well, they finally got back to me, but instead of saying, this is our course, this is what we offer, are you interested? They were like, yes, we do a course, give me all your child's details and then we'll tell you if we want him or not. So that put me off straight away, because I was like, it's us picking you, not you picking us. And he said he weren't bothered, and my mum said because he's more physical and practical than academic, I'd be better off finding him a job or something like that, or a training thing or something like that. So I still don't know what I'm doing there, but I'm looking into it. Right, my 11-year-old, the only thing I had regarding him was the fact that he's really into animals, but he didn't have any animals of his own because they're like household animals. They belong to all of us, and he really wanted guinea pigs, and I said I was going to try and sort that out for him. Well, just after Christmas we got him 3 guinea pigs, Mork, Oisin and Chad, and he dotes on them and he looks after them and all the things, learned to do all the things like clipping the nails and all the stuff. The only time he's ever had off from them was when he was ill. When we went on holiday we had to go to a pet boarding place, and he was really interested in the small animal boarding and the setup and all, how it worked and what was on the forms and stuff like that. And now he's thinking he might want to do small animal boarding when he's grown up. So that's worked out. My 8-year-old, I wanted to keep, because he was a little bit behind, and I don't like the term behind, because behind who, but you know what I'm saying, because he's legally blind in one eye, for, you know, was getting it sorted, get him sorted and things like that. So I just wanted to keep pushing, working on reading and writing and stuff like that, and we have been, and I wanted to encourage his art, because he's very arty, and I've been doing that. He needs some more art supplies now, but we had all these gel pens, and I gave him, and if he ever wants a phone or the tablet to find an image to copy off, I let him do that. And he likes junk modelling. I have to save all my boxes. But he did have an attention problem, especially with read alouds. I couldn't do a chapter book read aloud at bedtime because he just wouldn't listen to it. So I said in the original video that I tried switching it to the afternoon, see if that helped him with his attention span, and it is helping, so I'm going to carry on doing that. Before he gets too tired or distracted or stuff to listen. He still needs to work on it, but it is getting better. Then my 6-year-old, I said that she'd done a show with her drama group. She took part in a pantomime, and I wanted to make sure that if I could get her to a show and she wanted to take part in a show, that I'd facilitate that. Well, she's just done another show where she was a flower in the Alice in Wonderland section of a show that was all about Disney things, and she did ever so well. I'm very proud of her, and she was on stage for like 30 seconds, bless her, but she really enjoyed it and really felt proud of herself. So we're carrying on with that. And then the last one, my 2-year-old Jerry, I had nothing to say about my 2-year-old in the original video other than he goes to 2 playgroups. Well, now he only goes to 1, because I haven't been able to talk about this on my Instagram and my Facebook, because local people are like me on it, but it's all on Patreon. But short version, it's very, very short version, can't get into any more at the moment unless you're on Patreon, where it's more private. But he only goes to 1 playgroup at the minute, because the other playgroup I run with another mum, very long story short, she went psycho and physically attacked me in a church, and I had to physically defend myself. And there's been a bit of it's all the things that have happened since then. She's been kind of caused drama, trying to mech out. I attacked her when she attacked me, and there were witnesses that she attacked me, and it was self-defense. So yeah, he only just one playgroup at the moment. But the other thing was, he had his 2-year review at the health visitors, and she had this list of words on a sheet, and she said tick off how many of these words you can say. Well, I can't remember the exact number, but I didn't tick off very many at all, 3 or 4. And she was like, we'd like him to say at least 10 or 20, can't remember, it's a few months ago now, 10 or 20. So he'll probably need speech therapy. And I says, look, he can talk, he can say words, just not the words on this list. And some of the words on this list I never say, so he's never going to say at the minute. And she was very, very fixated on this list. And saying he needs speech therapy. And I kept saying to her, he's speaking, but he's not ba 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 ba. But I've got 5 children, 2 of them have been ba 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 since a young age. And the other 2... apart from Jerry, I can add up. The other 2 were very physical toddlers, but a bit late to talking. Jerry is a very physical toddler and a bit late talking. I've seen this pattern of development before. She wouldn't listen to me, and I put it off. And then all this stuff for that playgroup leader went down, with her attacking me, and like I've just said. So I had a lot on my plate. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to give in. Can't do any harm. Anyway, it was meant to be a 6-week thing, video chat, because they wanted me to go somewhere like an hour away. And I was like, what, for an half an hour appointment? I was there, hour back, I turned hour and a half there, hour and a half back, with waiting for buses and stuff. And my husband's carer, I've got all these other kids. So they said I could do a video chat with some other parents who can't get as well. Anyway, I did the first one. And she pretty much played us 4 YouTube videos, which I could have sourced myself if I were worried. And I thought, you know, and then Jerry started picking up more and more words of late. So I was like, you know what, I'm not doing this. So I just emailed him and said, thank you very much, but we won't be continuing. If there's a problem, I'll get back to you. And he has been saying more and more words, as I knew it would. So yeah, that's me 6. I've had to be quick so I could pick Bod up from Beavers, Cubs. So that's my 6-month review. Some of the things I've done, some of them I haven't, but I've still got 6 months to go for my goals. Pardon me. I'll link the original video, and I'll link my Patreon. And if you have any suggestions for videos, let me know, because that's the other thing I'm struggling with. What can I do videos about? Polite suggestions. Right, so see you next time.